Alright everybody, today we're going to take a look at the Spyderco Para3 Lightweight. This was sent over to us by Mr. Boston Blade Reviews. Go check out his channel. As you know, we do the live together. We send knives back and forth to one another to check out, to kind of review. But this one here had a broken tip. So this is after I've already repaired it. I kind of messed up on this part of the video, so I'm reshooting this. So this is going to roll right into the actual sharpening and putting a new edge on this. But if we look at this, this is the lightweight model. Now this don't have the internal liners. Everything kind of runs off this pivot. But guys, this thing is smooth. We got the deep pocket carry clip. We got the CTS BD 1N steel. Golden Colorado, USA Earth. We got the maker's marks, of course. This knife right here does have the coating on it. But if we look, this thing just runs so smooth. You know, I'm working around the camera and two lights here, so it's kind of hard to flick the wrist, but we got the FRN handles. So what's that? Fiberglass reinforced nylon. But if we look at it, we compare it to here's the regular Para3. This one here is mine. You know, this is the S45 VN steel. Golden Colorado Earth, USA. We got the makers. You know, there's the only difference in this one. Of course, it has the G10. It's got the internal liners. I have put the Lynch Northwest deep pocket carry clip on it because the regular clips that come on these are not very good. Put this little lanyard on there, but you know, this knife runs pretty smooth too. But I mean, this knife probably weighs a full ounce heavier than this one. Now we look at the measurements on this. What do we got here? It's probably 4 1/4 inches closed, and it's probably what, 7 inches. Yeah, 7 inches open. But what I want to do is I kind of want to weigh these and compare them, and you know, the weight wise, and see how heavy they are compared to each other. So here we go. We got it on ounces. This one right here is 2.40 ounces, and this one right here 3.4 ounces. So it's a full ounce heavier than the regular version. I mean, the regular version is a full ounce heavier than the lightweight, I should say. But guys, it's a great little knife. Now we can compare these also. Here's the Crew Carta Para2. You know, I've had a lot of issues with this knife. It's been sent back, and they put new liners in it and stuff. But you know, it is what it is. This knife right here is. Let's see how these stack up against each other. You know, this one here is probably almost 5 inches closed. Let's open them up and kind of compare them. See what they look like compared to each other opened up. You know, we got 7 1/4 inches out here compared to about 8 1/2 open on the Crew Carta Para2. But you know, this is a beefier, heavier knife. Crew wear steel and whatnot. But here's a look at her, guys. I'm going to roll right into sharpening this up and take you along for the ride. Everyone says I need to do more sharpening videos, so I did that, and I'm just reshooting this portion of the video. But this thing right here is sharp. You'll see that in the video. I don't have any hair on my arms, or well, actually I do a little bit on this one, but you know, it just shaves the hair right off of you. And I'll take you along for the ride, so stay tuned, and we're going to roll right into that. We'll be back. All right, now I don't know how many people like these sharpening videos that I used to do, or I kind of got out of doing them, but this knife really isn't that dull to begin with. It just needs the tip repaired on it. So I don't know how much of that you can really see. It's kind of dark right there, but I got light right here, so I got light right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go really slow and try to get that tip just kind of worked back into it. And one thing I need is a Sharpie, so hang tight. Let's see if I can find one. Yeah, right there's one. So a Sharpie will always be your best friend when sharpening. I just like to fill it in, that way if I'm not going shallow enough I can adjust and whatnot. And you know, we got the little smiley face down here where it curves down. Oh, them are a pain. Those make it a pain. But you know, it is what it is. The sod busters come like that. The buck 110s and 112s come like that, with that, how it kind of curves down. There's not a sharpening choil. So what I like to do is I like to try to get that straight that way, because if not, this first little bit right here is going to be dull and the rest will be sharp, because that right there is going to ride high. So I'm going to try my best, see what happens, and you guys come along for the ride. This is it, DMT Diamond Stones. I just got off a live with Georgia Adventure in Boston. This is it. It comes in a wooden box. Don't use the wooden box. Buy a stone holder. So we want to get that as close as we can. And there's so much of that right there that just isn't sharpened. Oh, it's crazy. And we look, and we're pretty good. All right. People say, what angle do you sharpen at? Whatever angle works the best. You know, we'll do it a couple of swipes, see what she looks like, and kind of go from there. But if you look, we still have a lot of Sharpie down here because that, the plunge grind. Plunge grind, I think, is a specific term to use for that. So I like looking at it every single time when you're first starting out, to kind of look and see what's happening. Then I may need to lower my angle down here, which it looks like I do, so we can look, and we're getting Sharpie off down here, so I'm getting the tip back, so yeah. And like I said, this thing wasn't very dull, so when you're coming down, you just kind of want to lift your elbow up to get your point back. And one thing that's a big help too when we're doing this, a magnifying glass. And I usually have a flashlight up here, but for some reason I don't have a flashlight now, so I'm gonna have to go get one. Alright. On these Spydercos, you got to get as close as you can to this plunge grind to get that out of there. We got a burr up. We do got a burr up here, but not back here because of the plunge grind, so we need to focus on that back there. Work that tip back on that. Work that tip back into this blade where he dropped it. Took the tip off of it. Like I said, this is probably boring for you guys, but just fast forward, or maybe I'll edit this out of here. I don't know. Definitely got a burr out there. See that? I don't know. Again, I don't know how much of that you guys can see. I probably need to adjust my light a little bit, but that's right there. You got to get that out of there if we can. Feeling for the burr. Still don't have one down here, so we need to, because of that right there, that little piece. I've never sharpened this steel before either. This is that CTS BD1N. Definitely got a burr right there. We just don't have one down here. Looks like we need to maybe stay a little shallow out towards the tip. Kind of get it to match. There we go. There we go. Just gotta work that out there. Let's get a paper towel. We can clean it off a little bit. Okay, now we've flipped. Just getting that plunge grind out. It's not the easiest, so we're gonna move to this side for a little bit. Look, we need to go a little shallower on our angle by looking at this side compared to this side, so we'll drop the angle a little bit. There we go, she's starting to climb. There we go. That's the ticket. Just have to drop her down a little bit. Then on each blade, it's a little different on where you put your fingers. You know, the Spyderco is going to be different than what the buck was, and so we've already got a burr on that side. Just this plunge grind is what's going to give you trouble getting it sharp all the way to the bottom. So again, we're just going to keep working on this side like we did the other side to get that plunge grind out of there. In doing so, we'll build the height of our edge here as well. Make sure it's the same height on each side. So guys, I'll bring you back when we move along. Alright, so we've just made it to coarse. We do got the tip back on it. I don't know if you guys can see that very well. I need to adjust my lighting in here or something. Maybe put the big light behind the camera. Maybe that'll work. So we'll just see if I can get it to bite. Not really. Not quite yet. She ain't ready yet. But I'm gonna adjust this lighting, I guess. Well, I can. This ain't working very well. Alright, now we've just done the coarse, so we do got the tip back on it. She is hypodermic now. So I'm just gonna keep working the plunge grind a little bit on this. See if I can get it, try and get her sharpened all the way down. So I'm just gonna continue to work on that for the time being, and we'll get back with you. Okay, we've moved just to the regular course. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do 5 swipes. I already done 2 by accident. What I'll do is I'll just do 5 on each side. And then just see what it feels like after a few times of doing that. Again, leave your leave your tip on the stone. I can't preach that enough. You drag your tip off the stone, you're just going to round it. So, oh yeah, she's starting to wake up. She's starting to wake up. We got a burr, so we're doing good. It's coming along pretty good. The only thing I don't like about these 6-inch stones, the smaller ones, you just got to move them in your holder when you're sharpening these blades. So we're just going to continue to do 5 on each side like this until I feel we need to move on. If you look, we got the plunge grind going pretty good right there. So As you know, that curved way down, so I want to try to get that out of there as much as possible. I mean, it's just really, really hard without any type of... I don't believe in sticking a blade like this in anything powered. I'd rather do this by hand or on a precision adjust. And on a precision adjust, it does something funky with your tips if you don't hold your mouth right, so I'd rather just do this. So yeah, guys, I'll get back with you when we move on to the fine stones. Alright, we've moved to fine, and all we did is make a mess. I got so much stuff scattered out here when I do this. Again, I'll just do 5 swipes on each side until I feel I need to go to the next step, which is extra fine. So then from there we'll strop. On this I can start going a lot faster because this is just really honing your blade up really good. Then someone was talking the other day about, I couldn't imagine doing stones without any type of lubricant. You can, I mean, on this you could probably use water, but you know, DMT says, you know, use dry. If you do use anything, just use water. And the water is honestly just going to move your shavings away, which is fine, you know, it's good for that. It's just then you got to worry about the water going on the table and stuff. But honestly, whatever works for you, whatever you get results with is what you should do. It's the same with like lifting weights or dieting. You know, I'm not going to have the same diet as you. I'm not going to lift the weights the way you do. But I respect you for it. So if you're out there sharpening knives and getting good results, hey man, keep on rocking, brother. So yeah, and then let's go to like 3, and we'll go to 2 and 1 and so on and so on. And yeah, what I'll do is I'll probably just do this on this one in the extra fine, then I'll bring you in when we're stropping. Alright, hang tight. Alright, we made it to the extra fine. We're done with that. This is going to be pre-stropping. I try to get the burr off one side of it, so we'll see what happens here. Oh. Honestly, does it need stropped? Not really, but am I going to? Yeah. So, hang tight, guys, and we'll get the strops out and take you through that as well. So this is just a condensed sharpening video. Slash edge reprofile tip repair, I guess you would call it. Alright guys, we're back for the stropping. Again, I don't like this strop. I hate it. I need to buy a new double-sided strop so I can have ones that match the one that Mr. Richter graciously gifted me. So if you guys are looking for slips, anything leather related, get a hold of Richter on Instagram. It's Richter Knives. He can hook you up with slips. So be sure you get over there and check him out. Now, this is just black. This is 3000 grit. So 3, 6, and then the 0.5 gunny juice I'll use at the very end. And like I said, I've never sharpened this steel before. The BD1N, I like it. You know, didn't take forever. You know, I just wanted to get the plunge grind off these things, man. I don't like them. And we got a tip back on it, you know, not bad for freehand. You know, and the more he sharpens it, the finer it'll get. So let's just see what we're working with here. Whenever you clean your blades in between your grits of your strop or whatnot, be sure you use clean paper towels. Don't want to mix your stuff up, alright? Oh my god. Oh boy. She's sharp. Oh, that's just on 3000, boys and girls. Yep. So we'll do that a couple more times and I'll move to the 6. And then I'll probably just bring it back when I'm finishing up with the gummy juice, because you guys seen it's sharp now, so I'll bring it back. All right, everybody. We are down to the last progression on our strop. You guys have seen this a million times, but this is the last kind of thing we're going to do to this knife. We'll just do a few passes here, then we'll test, see kind of what we're looking at. And again, I just kind of do this. I don't, sometimes I count, sometimes I don't, sometimes I do it one way, sometimes I do it another way. You know, sometimes I'll flip the strop like this to make sure I'm using both sides. Sometimes I'll pull like this. I just do whatever. And you should do whatever gets you results. You know, I'm not saying do it my way. I'm saying do it the way you know to do it and get results. You might use a precision adjust for everything and it works for you. It does for me on certain knives. Something like this where the blade tapers, I have a hard time with the precision adjust using it with a Spyderco. So, you know, I'll just freehand Spydercos. Something I'm trying to think of something that's worked really good in a precision adjust. Shoot, my 940 did. Man, a 940 worked great in that. But I don't even carry that thing anymore. Don't even care. Oh, I'm gouging. Just gotta be careful. I'm gonna look at the plunge. You see the plunge is pretty decent. I don't know what you can really see and what you can't. Oh man, it's sticky. That is sticky icky, boys. And what I like to do, I like to clean off the blade before I try to run it through some paper. The paper will talk to you. That's what I noticed. The paper just talks to you. Try to do it in a curve. So, yep, she'll do it in a curve. She'll scream. She'll scream bloody murder. She will scream, and after I do that, I like to do this some more. Just clean it off really good, and I'll run it through some paper again. You know, some of these knives, you don't know how hard the steel is, so you don't know how hard to push and things like that. So I'm just kind of letting it glide over the strop. Not really using a lot of force or anything. Just kind of letting it do its own thing, letting it do its own thing here. Yeah. It's been a fun little knife to sharpen. Been a fun little knife to sharpen. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Let's see if we can trim some hair here. Let's see if we can find hair. Again, I don't know what you guys can see and what you can't really. You see, it's just jumping off my arm. So, yeah. I mean, it's pretty sharp. Pretty sharp. So I'll send Boston an update. Let him see what he'll be getting back with the new tip on it. Because that's the problem. He broke the tip off of it. And then I just put my edge on it. Because in order to put the tip on it, you got to sharpen the whole thing. So, that's it. This is a messy table and my sharpening vid on Boston's Para3 lightweight. So, thanks for staying along and watching. Subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what I'm doing wrong, because I know there'll be someone out there saying something. But like, subscribe, leave a comment, stay sharp, stay smart.